Hi guys, Big Wendy here, and today I want to talk about Dota Plus. I want to break it down. We're going to go through all the new additions. I'm going to show some of them off, although I've already done a first look to really show you around most of the features in the client. But here I just want to show off the features and talk about how they're going to change Dota. So let's go through it. We got this page in client. It fills this section if you haven't purchased it. If you have purchased it, it shrinks down to that one section in the corner. So, introducing Dota Plus. That's some nice pictures at least. So it's an evolution of the Majors Battle Pass. So this is the new Battle Pass system effectively. So instead of instead of the Battle Pass system, we're going to get this. So still, the economics of this, I don't think we'll earn enough money to replace the International Battle Pass, but we'll see. I mean, Valve knows how many people tend to take up these things, so we'll see if it's enough to replace the international one. But I think they've set this at a price point where I'm not convinced it earns enough money to replace the International Battle Pass. The International Battle Pass has like a $20 million prize pool. If you do the maths on how much this earns, I think this is only going to earn them somewhere under $100 million a year. And when you bear in mind, there's only a small chunk of the battle pass cost that goes to the prize pool. Valve makes close to like $100 million on last year's international, something like that. I forget the stats exactly, but you get the point. So I don't think this is going to fully replace international features. I might be wrong. I mean, Valve stats might support that more people will sign up to this than they think, but I'm not convinced it will totally replace things that happen at the international. But we'll see. Time will tell. So here we have it's today's update unveils Dota Plus, a new monthly subscription service designed to help you get the most out of every match you play. Dota Plus is an evolution of the Battle Pass. In the past, where we've released two types of Battle Passes, one that revolved around the Majors and one that around the International. As a result of the recent introduction of the Pro Circuit, we've replaced the Majors Battle Passes with a new type of service that doesn't depend on a specific start and end date, and one that we can continually add features and content over time. So by the sounds of that, they're not intending to replace the International Battle Pass, as I just said. Well, that's good, because I don't think that would anyway, and I think the International should be something special. But I think the reference to what's happening around the Pro Circuit here is that they've encouraged more minor tournaments, and I mean, they still do encourage the majors, but they're trying to push Pro Dota as something that happens a lot more often, which it always did. There was always loads of tournaments, but the only ones that really got any notice were the majors, and it made sense then to have a big Battle Pass event with the majors. But now that they're trying to encourage Dota Pro to be something that's happening all the time, I think it makes much more sense to do it the way they're doing it now, where we have something continuous that people interested in the Pro Circuit and really fanatical about Dota can join in with. So the reimagining of the Majors Battle Pass will be an ongoing, uninterrupted service filled with features that provide both progression and opportunities for improvement. Now this I don't like. We'll talk more about that when we get to the exact features. Hero leveling offers you a way to make progress every match, and while earning shards, a new currency that can be used to unlock rewards. I actually really like that feature. Test your skills by completing hundreds of new challenges of varying difficulties. Use the Plus Assistant to help you make build decisions. Don't like this one, but like I say, we'll break them down when we get to the detailed section. Yeah. Use the Plus Assistant to help you make a build decision by utilizing real-time and ability suggestions. These suggestions are based on data gathered from millions of recent games at each skill bracket, ensuring your builds stay current in the ever-evolving meta. Now that's a good point, at your each skill bracket, because one of the things that's very obvious once you get the stats is that different skill brackets have different win rates for different heroes and different win rates for different items. Let me take an example. Phoenix, one of my best heroes. His his trends here. If we look at his skill, his win rate, he's got a 46% win rate overall in the really low tier. And if you look as he goes up the tiers, his win rate increases up until the point when players know, okay, the stats have changed overnight. Yesterday they were much lower. Maybe, okay, that's, I wonder if that's actually down to Valve having more data now, or the fact that people are building him better based on this. I wonder how much time this takes, but maybe it'll say in the in all the spiel. But yeah, it tells you, like, if you're a pro, for example, you need to think about what win rate does a hero have in pro. If you're 5k plus, you think about what win rate does a hero have in 5k plus. If you're in the low tier, I mean, let's take a look at Meepo, for example. I expect, yeah, he's got a horrible win rate in the low tier. You look at his win rate in the high tier, 56%. Shows as a player trying to work out, is this hero difficult at my tier, or do people understand it? It's not even always about your own skill. With some heroes, it's about how your teammates understand that hero as much as it is your own. So Meepo has a really high level. So if you're a new player and you're stuck down here, you don't want to be picking Meepo, and now you can see that. There's issues with that, but we'll talk about that when we get down. Oh great, they haven't put all the details. Yay! Okay, we'll get them up in a sec. Okay, where were we? So, oh yeah, so the bit about the currently ever evolving meta. So there's another thing about, it's not just hero win rates that have better win rates on certain heroes at different skill levels. Items do as well. So there are certain items that you would have you'll have a terrible win rate in a high tier game, but you might be really broken in a low tier game, like Dagons, for example. For some reason, people can't handle that in certain games. There's been some really trolly builds from Smurfs in the past that use like E-Blade Dagon and just go around blowing everyone up, get 200 kills. But so yeah, having that to show you about the items can be really useful. Better understand your playstyle by using new graphs, analysis tools both during the match and after it's finished. Again, I have an issue with this, but we'll talk about the issues as we go over each tool in detail further down. This update also includes the return of the Battle Cup. Finally, all Dota Plus members will have free weekly access to play in the weekend tournaments, while non-members can still purchase tickets for 99 cents to participate. I really like that, because people have been asking for the Battle Pass, the Battle Cup, ever since it came out. I mean, it wasn't the most popular of features Dota's ever put in. It wasn't like the be-all and end-all of Dota. But to a small section of us that really like the competitive environment, like to try ourselves out in that tournament environment, even though we're too low a skill level to really play competitively, it's really nice. And I made a point to gather with friends every week, and I know a lot of other people did. So whenever the Battle Pass, the Battle Cup was available, we competed. And that was a really nice feature. And I've been asking, I know a lot of other people have been asking, can we have this like once a month or once a quarter, or just some regular Battle Cup? So those of us that like to be competitive in that competitive environment can try that. So I really like this. I really like that feature. So everything Dota Plus has to offer is available for $3.99 per month. Receive a discount if you sign up for 6 or 12 month subscription. Want to gift Dota Plus to a friend? You can purchase gift memberships that will remain active for a fixed number of months. Check the Dota Plus page for information on all features included in your subscription. Let's have a look at the Dota Plus page, and this is going to have further details. So here's pricing. Yeah, so you get 6% off. It said 5% before, but it's actually rounded slightly depending on where you are in the world. So it's not exactly 6, but I suppose it kind of is. It's just rounded a little bit funny. It is in my region anyway. Plus is also available for purchase in non-renewing. Yeah, okay. Hero progression. Right. Hero progression. There are many milestones to celebrate along the course of your Dota journey. And with the new feature introduced by Dota Plus, you can finally recognize the true extent of your accomplishments. Hero leveling. Whether you enjoy a wide variety of heroes or play hundreds of games with just one or two, every game with a hero now earns you XP towards that hero's level progress. As your hero level advances, you unlock new tiers of hero level badges. Each level grants reward shards, and each tier grants new hero chat wheel responses. Just play a single game with a hero to unlock the first of your progression rewards. So I like this. It's purely cosmetic. Let's have a look at the leveling system. Actually, before we do that, let's talk about the shards, because we keep mentioning shards. Let's talk about the shards. So with shards, you can buy things. When we go to the store, there's now a new page called Plus Rewards. And in Plus Rewards, there are a load of bundles. You can buy some really nice bundles. I imagine they're going to add more exclusive to Dota Plus bundles. So you need quite a lot of shards to get these bundles. They're going to take a lot of farming with maybe maxing out all your heroes, maybe doing tons of Dota Plus quests, because there are lots of ways to get shards, including doing the hero quests. So there's these sets. There's also some legacy sets. They've brought in some. These are much cheaper to buy, but they're not as refined. They're kind of old sets that aren't really available anymore. So they're kind of nice. I think this is good for, like, as a new player, you get enough. If you buy 1 month, you get enough bonus shards to buy about 8 to 10 of these sets. So if you're a new player and you want to spend like $4 just to get a load of sets for your favorite heroes, I think this is really good, because it gives you, I mean, they're not the best sets. We're not talking legendary stuff here, but you could pick your favorite heroes from this and get some decent variety of cosmetics on your favorite heroes. So I think this is nice. Hero relics. I'm not going to talk too much about this. We'll break this down in a minute once we get to the relics section. But you can buy relics. So we can buy a random relic for 800 shards, and it will start filling this up. Or we can buy skill-specific relics for 10,000 shards each. I don't know if random relics includes the ones at the top. We'll find that out in a minute. Let's say we'll talk more about the relic system once we get there. But yeah, we talked about the hero leveling system. So let's look at progression. I'm going to keep this on Phoenix because he's the one I understand the most, and he has a really silly point of his progression. Now, progression is purely about cosmetics. You get quests given to you, just like the old Battle Pass quests. You can reroll these every 14 days. They are hero specific. I'm yet to notice whether they will include items that are totally ridiculous on a hero, but I can't go through, and I'm not going to sit in a video and roll every hero to find out that. So it's just the quest from the Battle Pass. So you go and you do something like teleport in and kill an enemy hero within 15 seconds. Perfect Battle Pass quest. Every 14 days they reset, and you get given an XP towards your level ups as you complete quests. So as you complete quests, you get rewards. If we open up the rewards, there's bronze tier, silver tier, gold tier, platinum tier, and master tier, and each of those gives you a different icon above the hero. I presume that's going to show in the pick screen and stuff like that to show people you really know your shit. But with Phoenix, you get to have this beautiful chat wheel sound. Now each hero has unique hero chat wheel now. So as you unlock these, I mean, effectively they're cosmetic. We'll show Skywrath off in a sec because reasons. But Phoenix is beautiful because you can do Squawk, or 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 you can do Squawk. Or even once you get to all the way to Master Tier, you can do Squawk. So I should probably have leveled the game volume up and actually demonstrated all those properly, but So you get shards as well. You're going to get loads of shards as you level up your heroes. So effectively you could just max out all your heroes and buy all of the sets from the Plus store. So that's nice. Let's show Skywrath, because Skywrath is beautiful. Where's Skywrath? Skywrath. So as we level Skywrath up, so basically, oh god, it won't stop. It won't. I've got to turn the volume up to demo this.
From the ghastly Eyrie, I can see to the ends of the world, and from this vantage point, I declare with utter certainty that this one is in the bag.
See, I really like this, not because it's so good, not because I like Skywrath, but because when the in the bag button came out, excuse me, getting a bit parched there. When the in the bag button came out, it just became a running joke that Skywrath has the longest in the bag quote ever. So I quite like the fact that they've added that as a nod to the people, to the joke. They're recognizing the joke, and I really like that. It's one of the things that I like about Valve. They recognize when their community does stuff. So let's keep going down. So yeah, so we get this in game. It pops up for a little while. I don't know. I don't think they've said how often that's going to pop up. Maybe it'll pop up with the taunt button. And these guys look like they're taunting, right? Maybe that's how it will show up when you earn it. Hopefully it'll say, right, hero-specific challenges. So this is what we've already gone over. Every hero now has a pool of tailored challenges, including those that focus on hero-specific mechanics that allow you to sharpen and improve your skills and playstyle. So I like this. One of the things that you noticed about the Battle Pass is when they released the Battle Pass, low-tier players started warding more, because all of a sudden they've got quests that say you need to ward. And low-tier players started picking up smokes. And even though they weren't knowing how to use those things like high-tier players did, they became more aware of their existence. So while you still got this thing that low-tier players are still bad at fundamental mechanics, they now at least know they exist. So what this does is it helps people improve by highlighting skills that they should learn and pushing them to spend a couple of weeks learning a particular skill. So each challenge offers 3 levels of difficulty with more XP awarded for more stars attained, letting you push your level progression and explore your mastery of each hero at the same time. Yeah, basically, I think we can skip this bit because I've just gone over it in the user interface, but I'm just going to double check I've not missed anything. Yeah, we're all good. Okay. So hero relics, and we might go over this in user interface again to talk about it a little bit more. Each hero has gained a reliquary with slot for 14 relics, 10 common, 4 rare, that track a variety of background achievements. Once unlocked, relics update and display your statistical milestones as you play, with a breakdown of progress in each match available on the post-game screen. You can unlock relics for any hero by using reward shards, and when you unlock multiple relics, they all track simultaneously. So it's like a refinement of the old gem system. Now, I know personally I've been asking for this to be extended, posted about it on Reddit and places like that occasionally, because the gem system was nice. And when Reborn came out, I kind of disappeared about it a bit. You could still see it, but it wasn't as obvious. And it's really nice to be able to do things like list how much damage you've got with your Crystal Maiden ultis, or how often you've done 3 hero supernova stuns. And it was really nice to show things like that off. And it started to sort of wane a bit. So it's something like this with Alchemist hitting multiple heroes with concoction. It's a really nice feature to be able to show that off and show that not only are you reasonably competent with a hero, but you regularly hit all the skill shots. So let's, I think we are Yeah, we are down. We're past that now. So let's take a closer look at those now. So let's take a look at Phoenix, for example. He's my favourite. And we'll do some rolling of these. We'll get some random ones and see if we can unlock some of the 3 heroes. So basically, the first ones are the first 4. The rare ones are the skill shots. Just one sec. All this talking making me dry. So first one's 3 hero Icarus dives. Next one, 3 hero fire spirits. I really like that one because in a fight, it's really important with Phoenix to hit multiple heroes with your fire spirit. And it's hard to do. It's hard to get a 3-man fire spirit. Allied Sunray healing. I really like that one because the amount of healing that Sunray generates is ridiculously good. It's one of the best healing spells in the game because it's one of the healing spells that scales with XP, and it's just so powerful. And it also is an AoE. It can heal your whole team. And it's just so good. But the stats of it aren't tracked properly in the end game's healing stats. I don't know why, but they're not. And 3 hero supernova stuns. I have said for a long time, if you're getting a good supernova, it needs to be aggressive enough that the whole enemy team can hit it. Because if you're only like catching one guy, like it feels a bit wasted. I mean, there's obviously situations where popping an ult to kill someone's is worth it anyway. But in most cases, you want to try and spread across everyone. Yeah. So but it takes some balls and some knowing how to play the hero to do those aggressive supernovas. So having this is nice. So let's try some rolling. I've got 2,400 shards. Let's try. Let's try. Spend 800 to purchase a random hero relic for Phoenix. If you already own the relic you receive, it will automatically recycle. Common for 400 and rare for 5,000. So there's a chance as I re-rolled this I could just halve my relic each time, but that's fine. It would be nice if it was like the old treasure system where you get escalating odds of the rare ones. Because I really want these, or I'd like to know the odds at least. But let's purchase another. So I've got mega kill streaks. Phoenix is often a support. That's not a great one for him. At least it does look like it includes these ones at least. I am interested to know if the roll chance is as much as it looks like it is on this animation, or if it's just an animation. Enemy ward kills, that's kind of okay. He's often a support, so let's roll one more. And now I'm out of shards. Shiva's slow duration. Now that's a good one, because Shiva's with Phoenix, you want to let it expand all the way and then dive so it covers the whole enemy team. Get loads of duration. But I can't purchase another. Tells me I can't. You can't buy shards, so that's it. I can't demo it now until I've played the hero a bit. But okay, moving on. It's a nice system. I should point out as well that they are hero specific. There are these common ones that pretty much everyone has: wards, plays, kill assist, and kills. And then there's Veil. There's things that are unique to the hero. Urn is a super common item. Veil is a super common item. There's long range kills because with a Phoenix it's very common to do an Icarus dive and throw a fire spirit. So you've got the 1400 range on dive and like the 1400 throw range on a fire spirit to try and pick up a long range kill. If someone's escaping, that's very common, or people will get away and the tick damage kills them. Very important. So they are hero tailored. Let's take a look at PA. See PA, it's Battle Fury Cleave, kills during BKB, so they are hero tailored. Okay, hero chat wheel. Now I really like this. One sec. Every time an update to the chat wheel come out, people go crazy because it's really good to have this stuff. One of the things I really like about Dota is the amount of the character and the uniqueness each hero has. Like they make loads of unique statements as they just exist in the world and move around and stuff. So with the hero chat wheel, you take control of your hero's voice with the new chat wheel, which lets you choose phrases your hero can say in allied or all chat. Each hero's initial phrases Unlock after your first game of that hero, with more phrases available as you increase your hero badge tier. Hello, cat. So, basically, if you listen to the things your hero says occasionally randomly anyway, this gives you the ability to say it in a given moment. So, for example, having the invoke is a great example for this one, which is it doesn't play, sadly. So you can have a fight with someone where you're like, where you know, you lose people on both sides, but you come out better. They're profitable engagement. It's just a nice way to interact and have some friendly banter with the enemy team. Because one of the reasons they discourage banter with the enemy team is it can often get too nasty to be friendly. But this sort of stuff I mean, it's nice. It's nice to be able to communicate with you. Communicate what you mean. And I'm sure these are all going to be language, like everybody understands them. So it doesn't matter what region you're from. So, weekly reward. Each week presents the opportunity to earn 1,000 extra shards for your reward stash. Win 3 games before the weekly timer refreshes. So, okay, every week, win 3 games, you get 1,000 extra shards. Pretty simple. Somebody has a lot of shards. Okay, plus rewards. In addition to relics, you can use shards to choose rewards from the stock of new plus exclusive items, as well as this is basically the shop we've just been going through, so I'll skip over that. But it does have some pretty pictures. So plus assistant. Now we're getting into the bits that I really don't like. A world of knowledge at your command. The collective knowledge of the Dota community is vast, and every day in millions of games played around the world it grows. Now with the help of the plus assistant, that global repository of Dota know-how can be brought to bear with on every single game you play. The Plus Assistant offers real-time item and ability suggestions generated from data gathered across millions of recent games at each skill bracket to keep you up to date on the latest trends, whether you need advice on which hero fits the draft, or aren't sure what to build after securing that coveted Blink Dagger. Plus Assistant is in your corner. So, what it's going to do is it's going to give you real-time stats to help you improve, and some of those include win rate with a given hero in a game, what items make sense to buy next based on the game, and one of the problems I have with this is it's live. So before, you could go to, if you want to learn Dota, you could go to Dota Buff and go, right, Blink Dagger has a 60% win rate on Puck, for example. That's a good item to buy early. And then you learn how to incorporate that into Puck's builds, when it's a good time to buy it and stuff like that. That's a process of learning. Now, it's going to automatically tell people who have Dota Plus, now is a good time to buy Blink Dagger. Which gives people with Dota Plus an unfair advantage. I mean, it's okay if it's out of game, if it's on Dota Buff, if it's on something like that, because everybody can check it and learn it in their own time. But now it's going to give you it live in the game. It's like, oh, hey, you really need this item now. Oh, you've just bought something unusual. This would be a great item to buy next. It gives people who subscribe to Plus an advantage. Now, it's a small advantage, but a few people have said it's like Dota Buff. It's not like Dota Buff because it dynamically adapts to what's happening. So it gives you a much bigger advantage than Dota Buff because you can apply it to live situations. You can be like, oh, I just bought this item. You can't look at Dota Buff and go, do these two what win rate do these two items have in combination? And you can't do that in a live game. You just can't. It can't be done. So this gives people an unfair advantage. Well, let's talk about the rest of it. Item suggestions for the draft. For the draft, the assistant offers item suggestions according to which lane you selected and the lineup of heroes. During the game, you'll see 3 item build sequences to choose from, as well as a pool of other popular items. Suggestions are based on your lane selection and items you purchased so far. Decided to buy a different set of items because of a situation that came up in the game, hit the recalculate button to see what suggestions it has based on your current item inventory. That's exactly what I was just saying. It gives you live improvements. Look, this is, I'm not sure if this is pick rates or win rates, but pick rates, they let you know items that are good on a hero. You know, items with terrible pick rates are usually bad. There are exceptions, but popular items are popular because they win games. This, giving people item suggestions mid-game and having it dynamically adapt to what they've already bought, gives people an unfair advantage. So ability suggestions. The Plus Assistant will display a suggested ability to select at each level. So there's already this in the guide system, but it's not intelligent. It tells you Q, W, W, E, Q, E, for example. It doesn't work it's not intelligent. Suggestions are based on hero lineups, the lane you are in, and which abilities you've already selected. If you veer off the suggestions, it will take that into account and create new suggested sequence. So what this is going to do is it's going to say, oh, you're in lane against this hero, this skill would be better. And again, it gives people who play Plus an unfair advantage. I mean, let's say you have a ridiculous lane. You have
Come out and play.
Let's take Phoenix as an example, because he's a hero I'm really familiar with. If you're playing Phoenix off lane, you are always taking Icarus Dive because you need to escape. Almost always taking Icarus Dive. You take him mid, for example. It's good to take Fire Spirit Zilly because it's very unlikely that you're going to get stun locked, and very unlikely you're going to need to escape with no warning. So what you do is you take Fire Spirits early because it gives you this massive trading advantage. Now, as somebody who's who's not familiar with Phoenix, I mean, let's say I'm a 5k player who's never played Phoenix and I just randomed him. That gives me a boost in the game. If I'm a new player, it gives me a boost in the game. So what this is going to do, this is going to raise people's MMR, but only people who subscribe to Dota Plus. Which is, to me, that's disgusting. That's pay to win. It's pay to win. Suggest to win. It's suggest to win. I mean, look at this. I mean, this is like 54%. You should pick this skill in this lane against this hero. How could that not be how could that not be pay to win? I mean, people keep saying, "Oh, well, Dota Plus, Dota Buff gives you stats of what you should pick." Yeah, Dota Buff tells you how popular a certain ability build is, or how successful a recent build has been. It doesn't tell you when you're against this hero in this lane with this hero with you, this is your win rate with this skill. So this is really, really broken. It really is. This is stupidly good. There are a lot of examples of heroes that may take one skill or another. And people learn that hero and they learn that Q has a better win rate than you usually pick Q over E. Now it tells them straight up, against this hero, this is your win rate with that skill. That's not fair. That's not a fair thing to give some people and not others. So hero suggestions. Don't know which hero to pick. Look for the assistant suggestions, which take into account the heroes your allies and enemies have selected to give you a set of options to choose from. So basically, you get to the pick screen, and you have this little box down here. It has 6 heroes in it, and they are picked based on synergies with your own team and counters to the other team. So basically, it's going to say based on what your team has already picked and what the enemy team has picked. Here is your win rate, your highest win rate heroes. And this, again, this is totally broken. People say, it's like Dota Buff. Well, it's not like Dota Buff. Dota Buff will let you go into Dota Buff and say, my favourite hero is Crystal Maiden, who does she counter? Or it will let you go and say, well, the enemy has picked Shadow Fiend, who is the best hero against Shadow Fiend? But it doesn't take into account what your team picked, so synergies perhaps with your team. It doesn't take into account you might have a hard counter on the enemy team and a hero that you hard counter on the enemy team. It doesn't take all those things into account. This does. This dynamically says the enemy team has 4 heroes, our team has 4 heroes. In this unusual lineup, there are 3 heroes that have a 60% win rate. I mean, how could that not be considered broken? And this is only for Dota Plus subscribers. This is not fair. This is not on. This is pay to win. I mean, let me just take a quick look at Dota Buff. If I can get it up. If we take a look at Dota Buff and we take a look at some hero win rates, we'll see how far outside okay, let's swap that onto my other monitor. If it'll let me. There we go. So, let's pick Shadow Fiend's a hero lots of people struggle with at the minute. Let's pick a Shadow Fiend. He's someone that's a painful mid at the moment. So his win rate's... I can't see why people have been complaining about him if his win rate's only 48%. Let's full screen that actually so we've got a bit more real estate. So let's look at his best versus and worst versus. So his worst versus... So all the people who've been complaining, how do I play against Shadow Fiend? Here you go. Templar Assassin is another good mid. She has a... So, Shadow Fiend has a 4.59% disadvantage against a Templar Assassin. That's a big swing for Dota Plus subscribers, and that's not just going to be based on that. That's going to be based on every hero in the game. So it would not surprise me to see Dota Plus subscribers having a 2% increase to their win rate, which is huge. It's huge. Let's take another example, just for the sake of heroes I'm most familiar with. Let's take Phoenix. Phoenix, 4.19% disadvantage against Huskar. Best versus Chaos Knight, Visage. I mean, this is fine, and people say you can check Dota Buff for this, but like I said already, you can't check Dota Buff for every hero combination in the game versus every hero combination. I've thought about doing that in the past and like writing a program that will do that for me, but you can't do that. I've never seen anything so far that exists. I've considered, could I pull Dota Buff's data and do this, but now Dota have done it for us, but they give it to everyone. Give it to everyone. No. So death summary. Let's move on to the death summary. I actually really like this, even though I still think it's slightly pay to win. So what this is, as everyone will have already seen, unless you've only played like one match of Dota, is when you die, you have this death summary next to your hero. And what this does is it extends that massively, and not only for you, but for everyone. It tells you a detailed breakdown of all forms of damage before a hero dies. So it tells you whether stun durations, it tells you whether people overlap them, it tells you whether it's magic, physical, whatever. And this allows you in game to adapt much better to people's damage sources. It allows you to adapt with BKBs and whatever. Now, I don't think this is extreme pay to win, this feature on its own, because you could already look at your death summary and work out, well, most of my damage is physical, most of it was pure. But this makes it easier to work out. So it's slightly pay to win. I'd have forgave this feature alone, but it is nice overall. I do like this feature, and I would forgive this one anyway. So reading the details: whenever a hero is dead, access their death summary for a second-by-second timeline of incoming damage, stuns, and other disabling effects that are led to their demise. You'll have a complete breakdown of damage types and sources available in real time, whether you're a spectator trying to make sense of a brain-melting teamfight, or a respawning player trying to learn how to avoid a recurring fate. See, I really like this for spectating as well, for commentating and stuff like that, because quite often people will try and break down a fight afterwards, and you just don't have the tools to work that out. Now we do, which is really, really good. So, moving on, lane strategy. Now this one I can forgive again. Lane strategy. Sometimes conditions dictate the plan must change, and that can include lane configurations. As the pre-game draft proceeds, the assistant will provide suggestions for how your team may choose to lane. To ensure everyone is on the same page, teammates of Dota Plus members will also see these suggestions. Now, I think that means that this is pay to win, but because there's a good chance that 1 in 5 people are going to pick up Dota Plus. Usually, you're going to have somebody on both teams with this. I would hope that that's a matchmaking consideration, because if not, it means that you're unbalancing the game again, and it's pay to win. But I think this will balance out, because most people will have Dota Plus. But the idea of this is it tells you the best. It suggests an ideal lane setup to you, which in pub games is really useful because people argue over lanes far too often. So okay, first game analytics. After the match, you can compare your performance for a given metric over the course of the game to what the average performance is at a given skill bracket. You can also check out a grid that shows how much damage each hero dealt to other heroes, broken down by source, abilities, summoned units, and attack. So I really like this. Having extra data at the end of a game I think is really good. And I'm not going to say this is pay to win. This is going to see players that are dedicated and want to learn their stats. This is a useful tool in helping them learn where their mistakes are and improving them. But free tools already exist. If you really want to improve your game and you want to look over those stats, you can look on Dota Buff, you can look at Open Dota, you can even post to the Learn Dota subreddit, and people will help you with those problems. There are ways to analyze your game afterwards that you can get for free. So while this is like pay to raise MMR slightly, the availability of free tools that do this as well means that this one is forgivable. So global ranking trends, we've already been over that. See pick/win rates for talents as well as trends for heroes. Picks, bans, wins in each skill bracket. Compare how you perform with any hero to how other brackets perform to see what you need to improve. Yeah, so we've already been over that. That's the looking at different skill brackets and how they scale and how their win rates work out with the hero. Real-time comparative analytics. During the game, you'll have an updated HUD with real-time KDA, last hit, and net worth stats that let you track your performance compared to the average of other players on that hero in the same skill bracket. So I think this is good. This shows you, do I suck on this hero? Which I think is more going to make you stop playing certain heroes at a skill level, but I like that. So, Dire Victory. Spectator win probability graph. Dota Plus also brings another addition to spectating tools. This is good. We needed more spectating tools. To complement the golden XP graph, spectators can now check out a graph of expected win probability calculated based on conditions in the game. So there are a lot of team lineups in Dota where you'll look at a game and be like, Radiant team has to win by 25 minutes or they're going to lose. So what you'll find is, as the game goes on, a team's win probability could just drop regardless of whether they have an advantage or not. So this is nice. This is a really nice feature. I think it's very good for commentators discussing what might happen in the game as well. So plus perks. Battle Cup is back. The weekly Battle Cup is back, and it's free for all Dota Plus members. Non-members can still buy Battle Cup tickets for 99 cents in order to participate. The prize for winning, in addition to the special emoticons and profile accolades, will be 20,000 shards, which is enough to buy 2 of the advanced sets, which is nice. Seasonal terrain. The layout of the Dota map is indelible, but sometimes a bit of seasonal variety is nice. Dota Plus members will have access to seasonal terrain active during each season. See, I kind of like this, but I think it lacks certain things that the community has asked for in the past. Every time we get a battle pass, some people will go, "Oh, I really like this seasonal terrain they've put out." Everybody keeps asking, "Can we get this permanently?" And this is nice because it automatically gives you the terrain as soon as the new season rolls out, and you can have it enabled, so you don't need to go into your profile and set enable seasonal. It'll just come. But what I really have liked to see is some point where cosmetics from different events get brought in permanently. Okay, Dota Plus, an evolution of the Majors Battle Pass, includes the following features. Hero progression, hero leveling, hero stat tracking, hero relics, hero chat wheel lines, hero specific challenges, weekly victory reward shards, plus reward stone featuring exclusive plus hero sets, select legacy hero sets and hero relics, plus perks, free entry to the Battle Cup, access to current seasonal terrain, plus assistant item suggestions, data driven, real-time comparative analytics, lane setup suggestions, ability suggestions, data driven, detailed death summary, dynamic hero pick suggestions, post-game analytics, hero specific global rank trends, spectator win probability graph, and 20,000 free shards for first time completion of welcome quests. And the welcome quests are super easy. If I quickly go to the home screen, the things like the first one is become a Dota Plus member. You get 600 extra points for that. The next one is equip the seasonal terrain. Then it's view the hero specific global rank trends. Then it's just pick one of the suggested heroes, which most people are going to do anyway. So select the plus assistant guide, and then view post game and analytics. So all these things it's basically try out the features you've just paid for, and then you'll get extra points. Just a way of gamifying that. And then subscribe now. You get 6% discount for 6 months and 12% discount for 12 months. So looking at this screen now, we're on the summary screen. I just want to talk again about the pay to win aspect. And I want to emphasize, I like this. I really like this. There's some things in this that are really, really nice. I have a couple of minor niggles with it, but it's nice. It's really good, and I think it's a good way. I personally, if it wasn't for the pay to wins, I would definitely always subscribe to this. My problem comes in the pay to win aspect, and that leaves me really conflicted. I have, for transparency, I have purchased a Dota Plus subscription, but this is the first game I have ever continued to play that has pay to win, and I'm still considering whether to stop because of this. Now, my attitude to pay to win in the past has always been, I will never pay for a pay to win game. I will never play a pay to win game. I will never support that in any way at all. And when they bought out the Year Beast event a couple of years ago that was pay to win, as soon as I went in, I tried it once, we realised it was pay to win, that's it, stop playing it. And the thing is, Dota is my life. Dota is, I have nearly 6,000 hours on Dota. I watch Dota videos every night when I go to bed. I watch live streams while I'm working. I have Pro Dota on my second monitor. I watch Dota is a huge part of my life. And I am still considering dropping it because of this. Now, I haven't made that decision yet, and I've tried to give it the benefit of the doubt and try it and see how things go and see how Valve reacts after they take feedback, because they do take feedback well. Valve generally listens and adapts to its community. And what I'd say is a lot of the Dota Plus assistance stuff, the stuff that's not live, is fine because you can get that from free sources. You can get that from just looking at your own replays. You can get that from loads of places, and they don't make that big an impact. But all the live, data-driven stuff, I would actually be happy if they took that out of Dota Plus and just made it part of the game. Give it to everyone. I would pay for this. I would subscribe to this forever if they gave the pay-to-win features to everyone for free and took them out of Dota Plus. But as it stands, I'm considering uninstalling. Like I said, I'm really conflicted on that because Dota is so big to me. I mean, one of the things that I really love about Dota is going through the past and when I have been in a period where I just couldn't afford to buy games for quite a long time. And Dota was my lifeline in that it got me through a period that was really, really tough. Because I could play it on an even footing with everybody else. And I could carry on competing with everybody else. And now they've taken that away. They've taken, if you are poor, you now have a disadvantage. And even if it's not that big a disadvantage, that's still going to burn people who just cannot afford to pay for this. Not everybody will be able to. And there are people who will be struggling financially, there are people from poorer countries, whatever. Not everybody is going to be able to do this, and it's just going to burn to not be able to do it. I mean, the Battle Cup, that's optional. That's fine. But the hero suggestions, the item suggestions, they are too good to be a paid feature. I say, maybe Valve, I would like to see Valve take those out, put them in Dota for free, and if they feel like they're not giving enough value with Plus, then give us a couple of extra features. Bring guilds back for Plus members only. I mean, that's an optional feature. It doesn't matter. It doesn't give you a higher win percentage to be in a guild. It feels like a bit of a dick move because guilds used to be in, but I'd be happy with that. Maybe expand the chat for Plus members. Maybe expand the like give people a discount on paid tournament tickets and stuff like that. Anything. Just take the pay to win out. But anyway, we're coming up close to an hour, guys. Thank you for watching. Please leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know about if you're conflicted about this, if you'll carry on, but you're still conflicted, if you think it's all okay. So please let me know what you think, guys. I did a video showcasing some of the features. I'll link to that, but I think it's kind of redundant from this. But I'll link to it anyway in case anybody wants to watch it. It's much shorter. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for being here. See you all soon. Bye bye.